Hey everyone, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena Standard Best of 1 video. Today we are playing the better version of Mono White Soldiers, that is Azorius Soldiers. Yes, I know I said last time that Mono White Soldiers is the best, statistically best deck in Standard, but this is how you beat it. The goal of the deck is to create a suffocating board presence with a ton of creatures that synergize really well together. You want to basically outpace their one-to-one removal until one of two things happens. You win the game, or they sweep the board. If you win the game, you win the game. If they sweep the board, if you're playing correctly, you have a backup set of creatures you can play, and if they sweep the board again, you're sad, but that's life. We're just looking to basically outvalue our opponents and get them to 0 before they can stop us. So let's go through the deck super quickly. Creatures for Yotian Frontliner, for Recruitment Officers, just really good 1-drops to get the ball rolling. But turn 2, that is where things start getting spicy. 3 copies of Resolute Reinforcements, 3 Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, 4 Valiant Veterans, 1 copy of Dennick, Pious Apprentice, and 3 copies of Harbin, Vanguard, Aviator. All have incredible synergy with each other. Resolute Reinforcements can be a real surprise, and remember, it counts as 2 creatures and not 1, which is really good synergy with Harbin. If you have 5 or more soldiers, you get to swing through the air, and they get +1/+1 as well. It's going to look bad for the opponent. You'll also notice we run 1 copy of Protect the Negotiators. It's an interesting card. It's very much the 60th card in the deck, but it's just a one-of. And it has saved me a few times. There is a bit of a non-bow with Thalia, Guardian of Thraben that I sometimes forget about. But more often than not, they'll try and play a big threat. Protect the Negotiators says no. And that is it, basically. In the 3-drop slot, 4 copies of Brutal Cathar. The most important card in the deck. It's our only removal. 4 copies of Siege Veteran, again, very good at giving us durability when our opponent starts killing our creatures. We start getting 1/1 soldiers, which is really, really nice. Gives us that bit of longevity that we often don't see in aggro decks. We also have 3 copies of Skystrike Officer. It's the card that gives us reach, in the sense that, yes, we get to fly through the air for 2 every time we attack. However, we get to make an artifact soldier, which again is an incredible combo with Harbin, but also you can tap 3 untapped soldiers you control to draw a card. So yeah, it's a really important mechanic in the deck. It means that if we're hellbent, if we have no cards in our hand, but we have a Skystrike Officer in the field, we can quickly refresh ourselves and get going. The final card in the deck I want to talk about is Myrel, Shield of Argive. This one is a bit of a... It divides opinion. I see a lot of people play Myrel. I see a lot of people don't play Myrel. I'm not a fan of it in the Mono White list. I think Kayla's Reconstruction is better. But in the Azorius list, when we rely on cards such as Skystrike Officer and Harbin, which are big threats when you have multiple soldiers, creating multiple soldiers with Myrel is fantastic. On top of that, there's a lot more threats that our opponent will want to use their spot removal on compared to the Mono White list, which means they've probably exhausted it by the time Myrel hits the battlefield. On top of that, Myrel also has 4 toughness, so it gets around things like Lightning Strike. A Brotherhood's End is also something that you will see a lot of. And then there's 24 land. I think it's 24. 10, 11, 14, 18, 23 land. Counting's hard. But yeah, that's the deck. Let's get into some games and show off its power. Okay, opponent going first. Looks like we have a good 7 though. And yes, I will always prefer Recruitment Officer over Yotian Frontliner on turn 1. We're going to play out the Fortified Beachhead. We're going to show off the Recruitment Officer. Play it out. The good news is, with Fortified Beachhead as well, is that if you control soldier, you don't have to reveal one in order for it to come in untapped. That's super important. Looks like it's the mirror. Good, good, good. Let's play out the Fortified Beachhead. not play one. We will play out the Valiant Veteran and offer a trade to our opponent. I really don't want this Dennick hanging around. Opponent decides not to fall for the bait. Now, in the mirror, often the case that whoever plays the Brutal Cathar first loses. No blocks here. So we just want to be aware of that. We'll play out Otawara. We have a couple of options here. We can either play the Siege Veteran or we can play the Yotian Frontliner and Valiant Veteran. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to look to punish our opponent. Looks like they don't have a Eiganjo in their hand. We do need to be aware of that. There's another Valiant Veteran. Okay, let's look at our options here. Both players are playing 2 Valiant Veterans. Okay, couple of options here. I could play the Eiganjo. We've also got Brutal Cathar, but we really, again, want our opponents to play their Brutal Cathar first. So I'm going to play Siege Veteran instead. I'm going to keep Eiganjo for the time being. There we go. And I'm also going to buff up the Valiant Veteran as well. Really want to make our opponent think here, because they don't have a Siege Veteran. But Dennick can be a real problem, and we just need to be aware of that. Like, the life gain swing is huge. Opponent chooses not to block at all. We'll go down to 5. I'm going to keep the Eiganjo in my hand. See what we can force them into. Brutal Cathar here, they might think is good for them. Thalia, okay. And Guardian of Nubnalia. Let's see what they want to do. They may well just choose not to attack here, and hopefully I can catch them out. Oh, if I rip a Harbin off the top, it's over. Same with my opponent. If my opponent also, if that last card is Harbin, this game is done. Okay, opponent eventually realizes they do need to swing in here. I am probably just going to block a Valiant Veteran. I could also block this Valiant Veteran as well to really do them in. Let's see, if I do that, can I win? I think I'm going to keep this Valiant Veteran around. I'm going to block like this, take 11. Opponent puts me on 2, they'll go up to 9. And we just rip Harbin off the top. Even if we don't draw Harbin, we play Brutal Cathar, we get rid of their Thalia, we can get rid of their Guardian of Nubnalia as well. There's nothing in it for them. On to the next one. Okay, once again, opponent going first. This is a strong hand. It's also slightly risky. We really need to draw a land, especially with Myrel being in our opener. Looks like we are playing Grixis, would be my immediate guess. I don't want to reveal that I am playing a second color just yet. So until further notice, as my mouse is sort of acting up, I don't want them to know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to play the Eiganjo here. I'm also going to offer the trade. They don't take it, so I'm going to play Thalia instead. Make that cut down a bit more expensive. Turn 3 Fable would be unfortunate. Grixis, by the way... Yep, go for the throat, even better. Grixis, by the way, is not a great matchup for us. So, I have a couple of options here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play out the Siege Veteran. Going to make this Recruitment Officer a 3-2. And then what we do next turn depends on whether we draw a land or not. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Wow, who saw that one coming? Yeah, Grixis is just value. Okay, so unfortunately, we didn't we didn't get what we wanted. A land would have been great so we could play Myrel. However, I am just going to play out the Valiant Veteran. Thalia at this point is not really going to do anything for us. We need to push damage. So I'm going to attack for 4 here. Especially with having Harbin in our hand. I'm going to play out the Yotian Frontliner. Now, worst case scenario here is if our opponent plays Brotherhood's End. But we can't not play around it. Sorry, we can't play around it, sorry. This tells me that something like burn down the house is coming, but I'm not going to block. Invoke despair. Oh, I don't know about that one, Chief. The reason why I'm choosing Yotian Frontliner there is because it has Unearth. Alright. Don't need to show anything. Yeah, just gonna attack for 6, don't mind me. Gonna play out the Myrel as well. So, Kiki Jiki is here. A Blood Tithe Harvester would make me very sad because they could copy the Blood Tithe Harvester, give it haste, and then because they have so many. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. Because now they can play Blood Tithe Harvester, copy Blood Tithe Harvester, kill something. Yeah, Grixis is just so good right now. There's a Dennick. It's not looking good. I'm gonna play out the Thalia. Gonna force them to, if they have that cut down, play it now. If they have that go for the throat, play it now. Yeah, such a good deck. Nothing but value. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We'll play out the Harbin instead. Now, what they should... Oh, they can't. It hasn't got haste. Cool. We have lethal on the board. If they can't deal with Harbin, we can play Yotian Frontliner and give Harbin +1/+1. But they can. Incredible. That's incredible! Yeah, another Invoke Despair. Unfortunately, I don't think we're winning this. Opponent will put us down to 1. Opponent will put us down to 1. Opponent will not put us down to 1. Cool. There we go. Something wrong with my mouse. Hate it when it does this. We will end the turn. Dennick gives us lifelink here. So they kind of have to deal with this now. Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, opponent's just flexing at this point. Cute. Back up to 1. This will die. What can we get here? Well, that's something. So if we do this right, we stand a chance. We are not third Invoke Despair. Yeah. Welcome to Grixis. Welcome to Grixis. Okay, we go first. Harbin, Thalia. It's a keeper. We're just hoping we get that third land. And we have 2 turns to draw it. Got it. Let's see what version of soldiers they're playing. They better hope. Come on. They've got blue in their deck. We're not going to attack. We outlast the mono-white version. They do have blue. Again, the winner is whoever plays the last Brutal Cathar. So we've got Brutal Cathar in our hand right now, but I don't really want to play it. I'll play it once they play theirs. If they remove a Skystrike Officer, we just go, haha. Don't think so. We don't have to worry about things like lay down arms. That's the card I was thinking of. So we've got a decision to make here. The Valiant Veteran is a problem. So I think the best thing to do here is to play the second Skystrike Officer and choose not to attack. Our opponent can then tap their cards. What they should do is they should tap their 3 soldiers. As they do. We're in no rush here. We will tap as well. Brutal Cathar here would just... Okay. I am going to not tap here, simply because I want to fend off attacks. If I choose to attack here, there we go. If I choose to tap, he just alpha strikes, and that's super bad for us. As a Yotian Frontliner. Oh no, we're in trouble. Okay, come on. I'll probably have to unplug and plug my mouse back in afterwards. Okay. Gonna make a soldier. End the turn. By the way, if they can't deal with this Brutal Cathar, it's game over. Yaha. Opponent, I believe, drew that off the top, it looked like. They should be going for this Brutal Cathar. But hopefully, they'll go for Harbin. That's not how you play this game. Oh, I think you eliminated the wrong threat, opponent. I am going to kill this. We will tap 3 soldiers. Down to 13. Pick up this here Siege Veteran. Pick up this Recruitment Officer. Pick up this Recruitment Officer. And I will attack in the air for 3. And I'll just keep doing that. And I will happily sacrifice all these to deal with the 1/1s. Don't want the Siege Veteran to die. 2, 4, 7, 10. Puts me on 3. I lose 2. I get 2 soldiers. I get my Harbin back. This has to be the play. Doesn't matter here about Skystrike Officer. I am just going to tap these 3 at the end. Opponents should, if they make this attack, they should have a 3rd Brutal Cathar. They must do. Why else would you make this attack? Because what happens is, I make the 2 soldiers, I get Harbin back, and then I swing through the air for lethal. Surely you have not messed this up. There's Siege Veteran. Okay. Yeah. Bad attack. Bad attack. This is a... I know Azorius feels like a brain-dead deck. This is a highly skill-intensive matchup, in my opinion. Like, mistakes like that will lose you the game. Be patient. Okay, first interesting decision we've got to make. With the 2 of the same legendary in our hand, this is a pseudo 6. However, chances are they will kill one of the Harbins, so I'm happy to keep this. Again, we're kind of reliant on getting a turn, a land. We get a land, excellent. Okay, turn 2 is going to be interesting. Depending on what I see, I assume this is Celestial Enchantments. I will probably do nothing on turn... It's a Celestial Enchantment. I will do nothing on turn 2. I don't want to give away yet what I'm doing. They should not take this trade. That is correct. Now, what we're reliant on is them playing an enchantment, thinking they can give their Generous Vista a +1/+1, and then getting blown out. That's what we're looking for. Please attack. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay. Siege Veteran here. Going to give this +1/+1. And now, if they block with Kami of Transience, which they're not going to, we can set up a devastating turn 4. So, or turn 5, sorry. So on turn 4, I'm telling you now, this is what I'd like to do. I'd like to play Secluded Courtyard and play a Harbin. And what I would like to do, we're not going to block here, is pass the turn. Secluded Courtyard, perfect. Soldier. Going to play out this Harbin. Actually, I'm not going to pass the turn. That's a lie. Going to force the attack here. Going to force them to block. Put them down to 10 and end the turn. Now, they might think they can play something like, oh, I don't know, Borrowed Time. And get rid of Harbin. And they're, oh, thank God I'm safe. No, they're not. I play out Resolute Reinforcements at the end of the turn. Eight. Cool. Wow. $12. They're going to attack for 12, right? They're not. Cool. Thank you for playing. Ah, get wrecked. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Okay, once again, the lottery has decided that I am not allowed to go first. I must always go second. This is an easy mulligan. This is an easy keep. Ooh, what do I put on the bottom? I genuinely think it's a plains because we are on the draw. Only reason why. We're on the draw. It's the mirror again. Turn 2, we will be playing out the Thalia. No attacks. Now, it's often the case that whoever goes first... Yeah, we've had exactly the same... we've had exactly the same draws. Isn't that funny? No, I'm not going to attack. I need to be patient. Well, that's where our draws differ. I'm glad he's playing Brutal Cathar on that. Hopefully he doesn't have a backup. Siege Veteran, fine. Recruitment Officer. Make 4 soldiers. Don't play another Thalia. How can I do this? Skystrike Officer, cool. So the reason why I didn't play out Harbin there is simply because I'm not going to block anything. Oh, I've got a Harbin, excellent. The reason why I didn't play Harbin was I didn't want to run it into another Brutal Cathar, and then immediately I sort of get punished. So I can actually block with this Harbin. Actually, I'm going to attack with the Thalia, so I can play a backup Thalia. Yeah, they are doing exactly what I want them to do. Backup Thalia. And then what I want them to do is not play a Harbin of their own. I want them to kill this I want them to kill this Harbin. I'm going to block either way. I need 5 soldiers out, right? Means I get Valiant Veteran back. 4, 5, 6. I take 4, 7, 10, 14, 18. But I'll have 5 creatures anyway. I'm going to block this Valiant Veteran. I'm going to block here. So that Recruitment Officer dies. No, actually. I'm going to block this Siege Veteran. I think that's enough. Calculated to perfection. Hello. Not today, sir. Stop swinging with your Brutal Cathars. Please. What are you going to do? Oh. Punish your opponents. Please punish your opponents. Alright, looks like we go first, and this is not a good hand. This is not a good hand. We're going to mulligan. It's a bad mulligan. It's a good mulligan. It just feels bad. We're going to keep this. We're going to put the island to the bottom. Because we need the 4 cards. No, not the planes. The island to the bottom. We need the Skystrike Officer. We need the Harbin. Like, that's how we win. Cool. I'm going to keep the Resolute Reinforcements back again. It's a nice little surprise. Intrepid Adversary. Interesting. I would like a land. Don't get it. Okay. They should block the Recruitment Officer here. Yep. Get Harbin. Harbin. I unplugged my mouse, but clearly something's not happening here. Adeline. Interesting. Play the Skystrike Officer out. End the turn. Not scared of Adeline. Not scared of that either. Sure. I am just going to chump. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Gonna play this out. Gonna play this out. Opponent should know what's coming. Oh boy, opponent should know what's coming. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I need 6. I take 11, 14. If these two die, I need to bring back 2 Yotian Frontliners next turn to get 5. Yeah, let's not be silly. 5. Yeah, okay. Opponent's on an 11. I'm gonna block like this. Huh. Gonna unearth here. 2, 6, 9, 2, 6, 9, 12, 6, 9, 11, 13, 14, I'm 1 off. And then he swings back 11, 16, 19. Oh, that's a mistake. I should have done the maths. That's dumb. Oh, what an error. What a silly, silly mistake. I block here and here, that's 5, 10, 11 going through. Oh, so dumb. I'm on 8. I'm just going to keep doing this. I had to kill the Adeline there. Backup Adeline. Interesting. And a Thalia. Cool. Cool. Yeah, this is the correct play. Because then the Adelines legendary each other out the game. You gotta pick one. Play this Siege Veteran. Play this Brutal Cathar. Take that out. Skystrike Officer. Not going to attack. I'm on 2. Oh, wow, opponent, what are you doing? Why? Oh, opponent, you were going to win that. You were one removal spell, or one stupid mistake, another stupid mistake from me away from winning that. Okay, as is tradition at this point, our opponent goes first. It is what it is. We're going to mulligan this. This is much better. Again, because we are on the draw, I'm probably going to stick a land to the bottom. Because all these are far too important. And we are most likely to draw land. We play 23. Okay, some point. Really hoping it's not mono white or Azorius. I'd love to play something else on the ladder right now. Orzhov, perfect. That I like the look of. Decline, we're going to play out this Valiant Veteran. Opponent does not have any removal, but we do. Wedding announcement, sure. I'm going to attack here. This is where they should be chumping. Chumping's overrated, apparently. So I'm going to play out this Skystrike Officer. Orzhov, depopulate is what we're mainly looking out for here. If my opponent's not done anything the first 3 turns. I could just Brutal Cathar that Tenacious Underdog and swing with everything. I'm not going to. Just going to attack with the Skystrike Officer and pass the turn. We have Resolute Reinforcements. I really don't want to walk into a depopulate. That's my logic here. Let's back up Tenacious Underdog. Resolve this. We're also going to draw. Yeah, we're going to draw. I'm going to play out the Resolute Reinforcements. I'm going to play out this Siege Veteran. It's going to look weird. Promise you it's for a good reason. So Tenacious Underdogs could only block 2 things here. But everything that dies, I'm... Actually, no. I won't play around depopulate. I'm just going to carry on doing this. Just going to play out everything, because even if depopulate does hit, I can draw 2 cards off Skystrike Officer. Inspiring Overseer. Oh, baby. That's not threatening. That's not threatening at all, opponent. You better hope I don't draw a Harbin. Or you better hope so hard. Don't get there. Depopulate is 100% a thing. But at this stage, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, hang on. Gonna get rid of this. I believe that should be lethal. Yep. Here we go. Okay. To the wrap up. Actually, no. Let's see if we can get Mythic in this video. Okay, we go first, and we have a very interesting hand. 2 Yotian Frontliners. I'm going to keep this. Really hoping that we can disguise Azorius until turn 2. Although, I keep saying this, I think a lot of people are going to make assumptions that we are always Azorius. I sort of say it more in the hopes that People on mono white instead. Mono white is such a good matchup. It really is. Now, that tells me Resolute Reinforcements, kids. So, they're going to buff each other up. It could be mono white control. Ah, you see? You see? Wow. Never saw that one coming. Ah, it is Azorius. God damn it. Remember, it's whoever plays the last Brutal Cathar. I want to hide Plaza of Heroes. Give me that back. Please don't have another Brutal Cathar. Have Myrel or something. Cool. Have no reason to play out a land for the time being. Just gonna attack with the Skystrike Officer. You've just got to be patient at this point. See, what my opponent did was actually really good. Big fan of that opponent. They're digging for a Brutal Cathar. Last Brutal Cathar wins. That's not a Brutal Cathar. We need a Brutal Cathar. And we need to get rid of that. Two, 4, 6, 9, 14. If they play a Valiant Veteran, that's 19. Okay. No attacks. If we could play 2 spells a turn, that'd be amazing. Go on, opponent, you know you want to. If they play 2 spells a turn and one of them's Moonrage Brute, the next turn it becomes daytime again, and their Brutal Cathar will go off first. Just a heads up on that one. Harbin wins us the game here. Yeah, they figured it out. I think they don't know how it works. They have to play a second spell here. They have to. Oh, wow. It only becomes daytime, at least if a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn. And we've both only cast 1. There's Myrel. There's Recruitment Officer. And now I am going to play 2 spells. I am going to play the Myrel. And I'm going to play the Recruitment Officer. I'm going to put it on Myrel. I am not going to attack. I'm going to end the turn because I get to activate my Brutal Cathar first. And if I get to activate my Brutal Cathar first and I target their Brutal Cathar, unlucky. If they play a Brutal Cathar, they get both their Brutal Cathars back. And we're in a lot of trouble. That's not how you play that spell, opponent. They must have lands. They must have lands. Let's draw some cards. I only need 1 Harbin. There's Dennick. There's Harbin. Yeah, there we go. Yeah! Yes! Oh boy. That feels really good. That feels damn good. To the wrap up, I can't click. Doesn't matter. So that's the deck. It's an incredible deck. I'm not gonna lie. I can't give you complete stats on Untapped GG because Untapped GG keeps crashing on me which is really, really, really annoying. So let's just go through the deck and any changes that you might want to make. You may be tempted to take out Dennick. Do not take out Dennick. It's a fantastic one-of. It's situational, but boy, when the situation arises, does it do something. The one-of Protect the Negotiators, we didn't really see, and as I said, this is the 60th card. Consider cutting it for a 4th Skystrike Officer. But my personal preference right now is to keep the 1 Protect the Negotiators in. 3 Resolute Reinforcements, 3 Thalia is correct. I haven't really felt the need to have a 4th. Try and play Resolute Reinforcements on your opponent's turn, not your own turn. The only situation I can think of where you play it on your own turn is if you're trying to prevent a daytime or nighttime cycle, like our last Diamond opponent did. In terms of the 3 drops, must have. Myrel is correct. I know some people have tried things like Intrepid Adversary, Kayla's Reconstruction, but in this deck, because there are bigger threats because of the blue splash, opponents aren't going to have the spot removal that they might have for, say, mono white to deal with Myrel. And the fact that you are rewarded through the Skystrike Officer and Harbin for having all these soldiers just makes it too good to not include. Do not make the mistake of cutting this. The land base is perfect. You may be tempted to cut the Plaza of Heroes. Do not cut the Plaza of Heroes. Simple reason being is that Harbin is the most important card in the deck. Well, it's between Harbin and Brutal Cathar, really. But Harbin gets you over the top. Plaza of Heroes' 4th ability can protect your Harbin. 4 mana to win the game. The opponent says, oh, I'm going to go for the throat your Harbin, and you just say, no? That's really powerful. That's really, really powerful, and people don't see it coming. Genuinely. They'll be thinking of all these other things that aren't Plaza of Heroes. It's the last thing they'll expect. Yeah, easy climb to Mythic. Easy climb to Mythic. I did it, and if I can do it, so can you. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more content. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye.